Black and Native people have to constantly save white people from themselves. Because also, if we don't, it hurts us in the end too. Spoilers for episode 5 of It, Welcome to Derry. Jump into the end really quickly, like this one right here. Francis, the leader of Operation Precepts, he needs to die. Like, when he said to Leroy Hanlon, like, oh, those people, referring to the Native Americans that led them into the sewer, they need to pay for what they did, as if they didn't warn him that he could not control Pennywise. But yet his hubris thought that for whatever reason, they could control this entity. They still don't even know what it is. Lily needs to also thank her lucky stars and never take off that turtle bracelet that she's wearing, because this is the second time that she was confronted by Pennywise and could have been unalived. But if Taniel didn't drop that piece of the meteorite, yeah, this would have been her last episode. Just like in episode 1, if she didn't have that bracelet on, she would have been unalive just like the rest of those kids. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a coincidence that she was the only kid that survived. And it took 5 episodes, but speaking of, we finally got to see the return of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. Granted, we saw it throughout this entire show, but not Bill Skarsgård. Considering we know this season is leading up to the eventual burning down of the black nightclub, the Black Spot, which Dick and his friends did set up, I'm just hoping that Charlotte is not at that nightclub and she makes it out of this series alive, because Charlotte is definitely one of the MVPs of this show. I just still love that even in this fantastical fictional city and world that we're in with Derry, it still takes place within the real world. So the civil rights movement is actively happening at this time in the show. Like, this is 1962. The Civil Rights Act was 1964. The Voting Rights Act was 1965. Everything happening with Hank Grogan currently and him in a relationship with a white woman. Loving v. Virginia, which made interracial relationships legal in America, didn't pass until 1967. I don't think Hank is long for this world. And I do wonder, was it Pennywise that attacked the bus to allow Hank Grogan to become free, to cause more hysteria amongst the white population of Derry? Because we already saw that somebody tried to unalive him when he was on his way to Shawshank. We finally got to see the identity of his white lover, Mrs. Kirsch, who was the same person that was helping out Lily. And now that I think about it, is this the same Mrs. Kirsch that was in the It movies? Or maybe this is a descendant of hers, because that's her name, Mrs. Kirsch. Honestly, because we've seen this story play out so many times in real world American history, I think the people of Derry are going to find out about Hank and Mrs. Kirsch. And because of that, that's going to be the catalyst of what happens to the Black Spot. Also, with that said, more callbacks to The Shining. And I've never read any of the Stephen King books, so I don't know a lot about this, but we see Dick Halloran's powers starting to open up, and now he can see dead people. So shout out to Colin Platt. This is him right here. He just started following me. He actually got to play Agent Hayseed, which we saw in this episode, which, you know, he didn't make it out. So rest in peace, Agent Hayseed. You see him right here. But congratulations on booking this episode.